Hi, do you find you're having those sagging cheeks, hollowness of cheeks, and actually loss of volume around the cheek area and lower part of the face? Well, in today's video, we're going to do some really great lymphatic drainage, fascial work, and some real great pinching techniques to really help improve collagen and elastin and also release any tight fascia within the lower part of the face. So first things first, I like to start off and I'd really recommend clean skin and to take a little bit of facial serum or facial oil, just something so you've got a little slip and grip and glide to the skin. So applying onto the fingers and then just apply all along the lower part of the face. And I like to really press this in. Whatever product you do apply, it's going to penetrate in better and deeper. And then just down by the front and back of the ears, just down either side of the neck, down to the collarbone. And then with the fingers, we're not going to use the pads of the fingers, and let's just do a gentle pinching motion. And I like to start from the chin and working along the jawline, working in a slight outwards and upwards motion, heading from those cheeks towards the cheekbone. And by doing this, we're really helping with blood flow, circulation, but also collagen production and elastin. This will really help with that puffiness of cheeks by really helping with collagen, particularly when we get older, we tend to lose collagen and elastin. So this will really help improve that. Obviously, you don't want to be pinching too heavy, otherwise you may sort of mark your skin. Also, if you do have long nails, you can always use your thumb and your knuckle to just pinch away as well. Now, I like to do these 2 or 3 times a week, and if there's a little bit of extra time, if you want to spend on a certain area, feel free as well to do so. So once we've done some really great pinching, let's just do a little bit of gentle tapping. Again, helping with blood flow, circulation, but also to really help that puffiness of cheeks. And then we're going to puff one cheek out and do some gentle tapping. Hand release, and then on the other side, puff the cheek out. And gently release. And then from the nose area here, let's do a bit of fascia work now. We've done some really great plumping up with collagen and elastin, and now we need to release any tightness of fascia. So first of all, we've got 2 points. The first point is either side of the nostrils here, taking our fingers, and you just want to literally press in, and you can feel, you may feel a bit of tightness, and you want to work in a round circular motion, and then slowly go in a bit deeper. This really does affect the lower part of the face. And then just work in the opposite direction. And then again, you can go in a bit deeper. And then from the eyes all the way down where our cheeks are, just come a little bit further down from that cheekbone and just gently press. Again, a great acupressure point here. This will really help again with the cheeks. And then just work by pinning down the fingers so you're not actually stretching the skin in a round circular motion. Again, releasing any tight fascia on the bone here, and then work in the opposite direction. Now, the fascia is a connective tissue within the whole of the body and the system, and we're working slightly superficially on the top, on the skin area here in the face. What we're doing here is by pinning our fingers down and doing these round circular motions on this acupressure point on the bone, you're actually releasing any tight fascia which may be stuck on the bone, and this will allow for more space, nutrients, blood flow, and detoxification as well. So once we've done that, just placing our fingers, and let's just glide under the cheekbone towards the ears. Now, when I'm doing these exercises and massages and fascia work, I always like to sit down with my feet firmly on the ground and my shoulders back as well. It's very easy to sort of hunch forward. If you do that, you're shortening the neck, so you're not getting so much blood flow and circulation to the facial area. So if you can sit nice and straight, I also would recommend doing this looking in a mirror. I tend to find it slightly easier. And then coming from the jawline, we're lifting up now and across. And this is light, feather light touch. It's not too heavy-handed here. Really works well on the cheek area and the lower part of the face. The lymph can be very close to the skin as well as in the whole of the body. And by doing this, we're just moving everything in an outwards motion, nice and light. And again, because we've applied a really light facial oil, nothing too greasy, it's going to penetrate in, but we've also got a little slip and glide, so you're not compromising the skin by dragging or pulling at it. And then placing the fingers either side of the ears here, let's just glide in front of the ears where we have plenty of lymph nodes. And then behind the ears where we have plenty of lymph nodes. And then again under the cheekbone from where we've got that nasal point towards the ears again. Again, just really detoxifying anything under the cheekbone area here as well. This is a light to medium touch with the fingers. Just a couple more times. And then again, front of the ears. And then behind the ears. Again, I always say, so I always want to swallow when I'm doing my lymphatic drainage. You literally feel things moving along. And then with the fingers, let's just massage in a round circular motion all along the bottom of the head, the top of the neck. And you may feel a little bit of gristleness and maybe a bit of tender points, and you can just release that slightly and just give it a little extra massage out. And then when the fingers are touching, glide down one hand at a time down the big SCM muscle, down to the collarbone, and then on the other side. And then I always like to finish off with a lymphatic drainage, which is really important. We want to release all the toxins and waste to move around the lower part of the face and the cheek area into the body. So from the chin all the way down where a collarbone is, just above, we've got some of those indentations. And if you can just give those a few gentle presses. Now, I'd really recommend a nice glass of warm water afterwards as well to help with rehydrating the fascia and also for detoxification afterwards as well. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please comment down below. Tell me how you found this today. Please consider liking, subscribing and sharing. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next video. Okay, bye.